another episode of Banter and Brews. I'm Will. Got my guest here, Jonathan, with me today.
Hey, everybody.
And we're going to talk D&D and Liquid Death.
Yeah.
So, Jonathan, what do you know about Liquid Death?
I know about the commercials. I've seen those, and I know about Murder Man.
Murder Man is he's a good man.
Somewhat. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's good at marketing, that's for sure.
No, he's definitely good at marketing. So, I got a couple cans of water here. Liquid Death. You've tried some before.
Yeah, the original just water.
Still flat water because, they got the sparkling as well, and we got the severed lime and the mango chainsaw today.
Yeah. I'm jacked about this lime.
Take your pick.
This lime one for sure. Right.
I'm going to have to go with the mango.
All right. Are we doing this right now?
Yeah.
We're making it official? Ooh. Does it sizzle? Can y'all hear that?
All right. We got Liquid Death, and you said you really don't know a lot about the marketing campaign stuff going on with it?
Outside of just the commercials and stuff. And then I've seen it in social media. Obviously, there's a lot of guys out there that are trying to be a little bit more conscious about pollution and stuff. And that's what Liquid Death is all about. As you informed me when we came in here, the metal cans is getting away from plastic. And I think everybody can do a lot less plastic in their lives right now.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, once again, they talk about plastic recycling. The problem with plastic recycling, getting nerd topic here for a minute, this whole thing is going to be a nerd topic.
Sure.
But when you're recycling plastic, there's so many different types of plastic, it's really hard to do that. But aluminum cans are actually a really easy thing to recycle and actually are more sustainable. So they've hidden this really good thing they're doing kind of behind some like really hardcore ad campaign. And if you guys have ever seen any of the videos at all of different things they're doing. Like their first ad had this lady waterboarding somebody in it. Yeah,
that doesn't get your attention. Nothing will.
Yeah, and once again, people saw this and kind of was shocking. And I did a little research on the founder of the company. Believe it or not, he kind of he was kind of into rock music back in the day, and he ended up working as an ad consultant. And worked at like an organic milk company.
Okay.
So it was like they were like, marketing to these health conscious moms about to give your kids this organic, healthy milk.
Sure.
And they were trying to figure out how to reach out into new markets. And one of his things he talked about in this interview was making like a protein shake and market it to gym bros.
Okay.
And it was like these really muscled up gym bros like that.
And like they're awesome at marketing for everybody because they're constantly in the gym carrying around your stuff in front of all kinds of people.
Well, unfortunately, I think the milk company, they kind of weren't, they were halfway on board and not. It was kind of a little too edgy for them, but he kind of got this like a job at a rock concert, more or less, and saw all these guys drinking these different energy drinks and was like watching a dude and it's like, he just drank 4 of these in a row. There's no way. And come to find out, the companies were filling these cans with water. These energy drink cans with water.
Sure.
So you're getting advertisement, but they're staying hydrated on stage. It's kind of a cool thing. Yeah. And he was kind of thinking like, why has no one done that yet? To a degree.
Just put water in a can.
Yeah, and kind of make it cool, make it edgy. So it all started out with like this fake ad, like a 3D rendered can, and that commercial. And people all of a sudden were like, hey, I really want to buy this.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first started seeing the actual commercials coming out, they only sold it on Amazon. You had this like crazy contract you had to sign to get the water. You had to sell your soul allegedly to Liquid Death. Oof. Spicy. It's a spicy one.
That's why it tastes so good, I think, guys. By the way, side note here real quick. It actually does taste good. I've never had this flavor before.
Yeah. It's really nice.
It's good, man. It's kind of like a tamed version of, one of those citrus drinks.
I think it's kind of like a cool LaCroix, really. It's like
definitely looks cooler.
I hope my mother-in-law doesn't watch this episode, but she drinks a lot of LaCroix, and their cabinet's always full of these different flavors. Yeah. And I just don't see Leslie having Liquid Death in her cabinet, but I think it's super cool.
Yeah.
I think it spoke to a lot of people like me. We watched Critical Role and seen those episodes.
Yeah.
And Joe, he was actually in a commercial for Liquid Death.
That's pretty.
And they had
awesome.
Tony Hawk in one, and of course they made our good friend Murder Man.
Yeah.
And I was thinking what we could do with this episode is roll like a character sheet for Murder Man.
Absolutely. We have to. And then the people can go back and choose if they want to, if you're playing in a campaign, whether it's a one-shot or even if you're doing a long version of like Descent into Avernus. That'd be pretty cool and pretty fitting, by the way, to throw Murder Man in there as part of the party, and let's see how it goes on that.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I would want to do a one-shot playing as Murder Man.
Yeah.
I think that might be a cool one. So
Yeah.
how about this? How about you as a guest?
Okay.
You roll the dice for us.
Gotcha.
And,
Sure.
so
Well,
I'll roll down her stats.
Okay.
And we'll build out the character here.
Well, first and foremost, we just use a D20. If you're checking this out for the first time, you don't know what D&D is, this is the most important dice right
Pull
here.
that dice up a little bit so people can see.
Right there. Okay. This is the most important one. It's 20-sided dice. But I guess the first thing we need to roll for, and if you've seen Murder Man, if you haven't seen him, go check him out. But he's
We'll pull up an image of him right now.
yeah, somewhere like here or something floating around. But anyways, he's nothing but muscles. So what does that tell you? What he's shirtless. He has no clothes on, pretty much for them, minus the bottoms, right?
Yeah.
Muscles. Not very smart.
He's got a two-handed weapon. He's working with a battle axe.
Yeah.
I'm thinking barbarian.
Barbarian. That's the only option you have.
Oh yeah.
So he's full of rage. He's full of murder. That's why he's called Murder
And
Man.
also liquid death.
And liquid death. And that could be his health potion, by the way. Y'all could flavor that to make that into a health potion for him. All right. So our first stat we rolled is an 11. Okay. So we'll just write that down right now. We're trying to take care of strength, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, and constitution. I think that's all of them, right?
Strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma.
And charisma, which he won't. I don't know. He might have some charisma if we roll right here. Okay, so we got an 11. We have a 15.
Okay.
We know where that's going to go. We have another 11. We have a 6.
Oh, yep.
We know where that's going to. A 12. And a 5.
Oh, yeah.
So there's your...
you don't want to roll low, guys.
that should be it, right? Is that,
So we got
is that
1,
all
2,
our
3,
numbers?
4,
6?
5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
We got them.
So obviously intelligence.
Yeah, intelligence, I'm thinking 5.
I think it has to be a 5.
5 or 6. Because maybe, I think Murder Man's not very charismatic, personally.
I think...
He's very wise. He's been around for a long time. He's like a demonic spirit or something.
That's a fair choice, yeah.
I'm thinking maybe...
I say 5 on the intelligence because he's mindless. This dude is going through there, wrecking everybody. Okay, guys. So he's exactly what you think on as far as your typical barbarian goes. So definitely a 5 in intelligence. I think you're not wrong on the charisma. A 6, I think, is what we rolled there.
Okay, yeah, we'll put the 6 there. So I got those 2 marked off.
Okay. What was our second highest?
Our second highest, that was a 12.
12. So that's got to be Constitution, right?
Yeah, he's pretty tough.
Yeah. But the best defense is even better offense, and the offense comes from his strength, right? Ridiculous strength. So that's got to be the 15.
So, yeah, we're going to mark him down for 15 here.
And just partner the 11s in your...
Yep, dex and wisdom.
Dex and wisdom. And
okay, so we have Murder Man built out here. We're going to share a character sheet, actually fleshed out character sheet for Murder Man.
Yep. And he's human, too, so you get to add some modifiers on there. I think you get +1 and something, 100%. If I remember right. So, yeah, that's your Murder Man character sheet, all in a nutshell.
I know we've been talking about doing another game here soon. Are we going to maybe you have to break Murder Man out for a one-shot?
I think it could be easily be done in a one-shot, and I think you should do the honors.
Or maybe we talk to Rossman. My brother Rossman, he always plays barbarians.
He does play barbarian. He plays a good barbarian. But I thought he was going to be our DM for the next one.
You're right.
So
we will terrorize him with Murder Man.
Yeah.
I can do that. Definitely. Now we're talking about a campaign here. You know, I've been I really picked up D&D during COVID.
Sure.
Lockdown. A lot of my we weren't able to go out to bars or anything, and we just kind of said like throw caution in the wind, let's get together. Life's short, and I was in my townhouse meeting up, and then mutual friends Parker Cass.
Yep.
He got us together, and he's been DM for a campaign for a while now.
Yeah, for over a year.
So
year and a half.
we're talking about kind of spicing some things up again, kind of reinvigorate a new campaign. I think this will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'll be great. And I would love to see if people can put this in the comments somewhere. If you end up using Murder Man, like tell us some of your achievements and some of your highlights from your playthrough. If you end up using them, I'd love to hear them because if we could keep that, like see those kind of cartoons moments, you know, where he just cuts off the head of a dragon or something like that.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much our audience has ever played D&D. I actually, when I was in high school, I thought it was nerd stuff.
Nah.
Like
Stranger Things made it cool.
Yeah, I think I had what my buddy Corey convinced us to play. He was like, "Hey man, you've played Skyrim, which was obviously like the biggest game of my high school career.
Yeah.
You play Skyrim?" I'm like, "Yeah, I love Skyrim." He's like, "You play D&D?"
Yeah.
So, but I think it's probably like my first campaign. I was hooked, and I will be playing D&D as long as I can.
Oh yeah.
And I'd recommend to anybody, if you've not played D&D, you got to try it out.
Yep,
really do.
Maybe this
give it a shot.
I was gonna say maybe this gets back to Liquid Death, and somebody's comment actually makes it into a Liquid Death commercial. How cool would that be?
That would.
They take that instance and
I'm honestly
cartoon it up and send it out there.
I'm kind of scared if ended up being in a Liquid Death commercial somehow.
I think it'd be great.
A little nerve-wracking. But no, I think tell us a little bit. We've built our Murder Man character out. What about you? Your career? I know we played D&D a lot.
Yeah.
And you've actually streamed a couple episodes.
Yeah, I've streamed them. I like to stream on Twitch. You can find me on there, Redbeard on Twitch. It's all one word. I have that set up on YouTube as well. You can go to my YouTube channel. I usually take all my streams, chop them up into highlights, and then upload them from there. So you can check those out. But right now, what I've been playing is actually the equivalent in video game form, which is Baldur's Gate 3, which is just D&D all the way down. And it's been great. And as a matter of fact, I may go make a Murder Man campaign as my next one because I'm doing a dark version. I'm going to where I don't make any good choices. It's just pillage and plunder and tear everything apart on my next playthrough.
Yeah, the evil one-shots campaigns are always kind of fun because you want to be the good guy in most times. So when you get the option to be the bad guy, this is what Murder Man was made for.
Yeah, man. So Murder Man, Mr. Liquid Death himself.
Yeah.
He'll be on my live stream at some point.
But yeah, guys, you've already said you've been enjoying Liquid Death.
Sure.
I've been drinking it, and the thing is, they started out as this canned water company, and they've actually moved way beyond that. They're actually making tea now too, and the tea's really good.
Is it still called Liquid Death?
It's Liquid Death, but it's like one of them is they have a black tea that's sweetened with agave.
Mm-hmm.
The Grim Leafer, they got a Arnold Palmer. It's called Armless Palmer, and then there's a couple different flavors. Peach, and we got different flavors of flavored Liquid Death too. And I mean, I was really surprised how well it's been selling. Which just watching the ad campaigns, honestly, going from being only on Amazon, and you mail ordered it, to I think it got into Whole Foods, a couple different of our large chain accounts we've picked up that are mandated in the accounts, and I'm telling you, there's some of them we keep like 15 cases of Liquid Death in the back, and we're selling like 5 or 6 cases a week, and this is single serve. Most people are not buying by the case out in the stores, so it's a really great product. They have, once again, I understand a lot of people could be off-put by some of the marketing. It's kind of like lends itself to like the D&D guys, the hard rock guys, things like that.
Likes against to be edgy.
Against the grain, edgy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, it is like it's a good cause. It's kind of like we see people now coming out with like a carton, like a box of water.
Sure.
And I think Liquid Death kind of was one of the first people that saw, the idea of like, we can can this water. Like, and no one in the U.S. was like willing to like take this leap with them. They had to go overseas, I think to Austria. They got Austrian mountain water. An Austrian company canned all this water for them.
The crazy part about that, guys, is that at one point everything was canned. It was either canned or bottled before. Plastic hasn't been around forever. I mean, when did it come out? Like in the 50s? I mean, so the fact that that's such a weird thing that you have to go to some other country to find canned water, it just blows my mind. it should have already been the case. And kudos to them for recognizing it and being able to hit that market right away.
And then it's like, once again, like the founder was saying of this company, he saw where other companies, you know, I know through Anheuser-Busch, we have emergency relief water they can. When there's an emergency, so they have the ability to can water. And these different energy drink companies were canning water to show, you know, at least get that rock star holding that can. And you know, I think they saw a hole in the market, and they hopped right to where it was at, and they came up with some really great marketing that just threw people off kilter a little bit. And yeah, it's history, man. Yeah, man, I really appreciate you coming out today and talking to us, rolling the character.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see and hear some stories about your conquest with Murder Man.
With Murder Man. Well, yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Yeah, cheers to you.